There's not enough experimentation done in movies anymore. It's too safe. Um, so yeah. And lastly, I want to talk about Maleficent. Just quickly, while we're on Disney fantasy movies. The CGI is amazing in that movie. It has a horrible opening and a horrible ending. It's not like, this is Sleeping Beauty from Maleficent's point of view. They change the story of Sleeping Beauty. Like, they change it nearly completely. The actors of the kids at the start are just horrible. And the CGI is beautiful and really well done. Like I say, they know how to do it. But, there were things in the movie where I got taken out of it. Where I went, oh, I'm in a cinema watching a movie. Instead of being engrossed in the movie. And that's because the CGI wasn't used properly. Like the best, my favorite examples of where CGI is used to its best effect and the practical effects are used to the best effect are Jurassic Park and the Lord of the Rings trilogies, right? You look at those two groups of films, they use CGI where it's the best place to use CGI, and they use practical effects where it's the best place to use practical effects. And it's just perfect. When a character is interacting with something else, like there's a thing where he's touching the wing of Maleficent, and it doesn't feel like he's interacting with anything because it's CGI. And I went, they could have mocked up some practical wings, which they had, I thought. I think they have practical wings in the movie. So why didn't they use them there? And some of the creature effects, I went, oh, you could have, like, there's these giant tree people. And I went, oh man, Studio 80i would have been great. They could have made some real people in suits. Like, they looked like people in suits even. But they were CGI. And I went, they could have been people in suits, in these, like, practical effects suits, and just composited in, and made bigger. Because they didn't really interact with anything, so it would have been easy to have them as composited practical effects. And it wasn't that they looked bad. Here's the thing. It didn't look bad. It just went, it would have looked better, And that's my thing. It's like, I look at these original stuff, like Percy Jackson 2. Studio 80i worked on that, and thank God their designs stayed intact. If you ever watch that movie, it's not that great a movie, but their designs stayed intact. And you can see the Studio 80i Cyclops. The Cyclops in the movie, oh my god. The original YouTube footage of it is some of the best animatronics I've ever seen. Ever seen. It just, so many points of articulation on the face. Oh, and they CGI over it. They over the top of something that is so realistic. So amazing. I don't get it. I absolutely do not understand at all.